Alrighty, today we have a combination of reading and writing, and it's about a Banksy film. I don't know if you know Banksy. Banksy is a famous street artist. So let me check if I can show you one of his most famous pictures. He was in the news because when they had an auction and they sold his one of his paintings on what was it? It was a famous, I think it was Sotheby's or something, like a really famous auction house. It was sold for so much money, and then it kind of destroyed itself. So that was really funny. So those are Banksy street art. Yeah, I would say paintings. Can you see them? So he paints or sprays pictures on London walls. Really, yeah, I think they're quite, they express a lot. Like, they are not easy to digest. And see, that was that was the one that destroyed itself. So as soon as they took it off the wall, the painting shredded itself. That was so funny. Yeah. So that's Banksy. So we talk about, he's a little bit crazy. I think, I don't know him, but well. What do I want you to do? I want you to read this review. Like a review is something that somebody writes about a book, about a film. And then I want you to answer the question, does it make you want to watch the film? Yes or no? Why or why not? But before we do that, I think we need to talk about some words. So a gift shop, when you go to a museum or to a gallery, you normally have, or to Harry Potter, you normally have a gift shop at the end of the museum, the gallery, whatever. And in a gift shop, it's a store. You can buy little things. Like, I believe if we ever end up going to London into Harry Potter, in the Harry Potter gift shop, you might be able to buy some books or pictures or maybe some little figures of Harry Potter and maybe some wands or whatever. Lively, you know that the word comes from the word live. So it's really like, it's very active and it has a lot of action in it. Get lucky means to have luck. Yeah. So if you get lucky, you might meet Harry Potter in the Harry Potter studios. I don't know why I got like hung up on Harry Potter now. It's just some of his art has sold. You know the word sold, sell, sold, sold. Yeah. So if you pay a lot of money for it, they sold it well. Incredibly means you can't believe that. Yeah. Incredibly, this is incredible. You know the movie The Incredibles? So it's hard to believe, or almost not to believe. That's incredible. We don't need even though. Sums, a sum, if you add 5 plus 3, the sum is 8. So that's an easy one. A little hint, I think I use this word when we talk about something in class. A hint is something like a tip. I'll give you a little hint. I give you a little tip. Something to make you understand it better. A made up character. Made up means not real. Somebody has invented him. So maybe he's just a made up character. Maybe he doesn't even exist. Maybe it's a group of people. And entertaining. You know, Robbie Williams, let me entertain you. Entertaining means if you watch something entertaining, you feel good, you're not bored, it's something you like. And I think those are the words that we need. So what do I want you to do? Read the text, and then you can be honest. Like if you say, what stupid is that? You can write down, I don't want to watch this film because I'm not interested in art. I'm not interested in this person. I'm not interested at all. Done. Okay? So good. So read the text and answer the question. So what could be a possible solution? I would like to watch the film because the review sounds interesting and I'm interested in street art and documentaries, and I would like to know more about this street artist, or I would like to know more about Banksy, whatever. Or I would not watch the film because I'm not interested in art and documentaries. I prefer action movies or a romance or whatever. And yeah, I'm not interested, something like that. So maybe you have to go through it again to answer those questions, because I'll give you some answers. Maybe you have to press pause and find the answer. I will try to go slow. So, who made the film? Who made the film? Maybe you have to press pause to find the solution. Who made the film? The filmmaker is a French guy living in Los Angeles. The true identity isn't clear though. Once again, nobody knows. Second question. What kind of person is the filmmaker according to the text? So, how does the author describe the filmmaker? What kind of person is the filmmaker according to the text? Or how does the author describe the filmmaker? He says that he loves making films, although he's not a professional cameraman. He loves street art and follows the artist everywhere. Question number 3. Who is Banksy? Who is Banksy? He's a British street artist, and he's probably the most famous street artist of all. What do we know about him? What do we know about him? His art has sold for millions, but his identity is a secret. What happens to the filmmaker during the film? What happens to the filmmaker during the film? He becomes a successful street artist himself, and his art starts selling for huge sums. What's the message of the film? What's the message of the film? Money is a bad influence on art, and that's why people think the picture I showed you that destroyed itself, that shredded itself, that's what they say is like the key message, that if art is sold for millions, then this is not good because money is a bad influence on art. That's what people think Banksy wanted to express when he shredded the picture. Although it's not clear who shredded it and why it got shredded and the whole shredding thing. What's the reviewer's reaction to the film? What's the reviewer's reaction to the film? He thought the film was brilliant, interesting, entertaining, and also funny. Now I want you to go on and write a review about a film that you have seen recently. Can be your favorite movie, doesn't have to be. And I think it might be a good idea to use those phrases. So before you start, make notes about the film. So what kind of film is it? Is it an action movie? Is it a romance? Is it a love story? Is it a documentary? What is it? Where was it made? If you don't know that, I can show you one of my favorite websites. Oh my goodness, let me do that. So it's called IMDb. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. Internet Movie Database. So imdb.com. So, I mean, you know my favorite movie, right? So let's type in Harry Potter on imdb.com. And then it gives you all the Harry Potter movies. So we will start with the first one. I don't know why it switched. It doesn't. Okay. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Then I have the director, I have the writers, I have the actors, I have everything, and I can look up everything, like everything I need. The genre, like, is it adventure, family, fantasy? There's trivia, things that I might not know. So everything, like when it was released, how much it cost, everything. So IMDb, Internet Movie Database, and you can look everything up. So who is in it? We just talked about it. Who made it? What aspects of the film are especially important? Like, are there a lot of special effects, or the costumes, or maybe the music? It should also say, like, if it got an Oscar for something. I know that Harry Potter did not get an Oscar, but if if it got one, it would say it here. So, and also think of those questions like, does the film have a message? Of course. Did you enjoy the film? I think you did enjoy it, because otherwise you would not have picked it. And would you recommend it? Recommend means you go to another person and tell this person, you should watch it. Yeah. So would you recommend it? And maybe you could say, like, if you like adventures and fantasies and something like that, and the whole wizarding magic world, then you might like it, and then you might want to watch it. Yeah. If you don't like things like that, you will probably not like it. So of course you can say to whom you would recommend it. Okay. Alrighty, so that's homework number 1. And homework number 2 is in your workbook, page 53. It's a revision, so it should be easy. And I know I showed you the solutions. If you screenshot it and don't do it on your own, it's your problem. And I want you to do 56, 57. It's another reading. That's an easy one, so that's it. And I hope to see you soon. So this is not easy here.